Hey everybody, PsyStarcraft here with another StarCraft 2 commentary. We have Sheth from the team Root in the bottom left, he's the red Zerg, against QXC from the team Root in the top right as the blue Terran. Root, of course, is an extremely popular, extremely strong team in North America. They've got QXC, Kiwikaki, Cats, Sheth, Slush, Minigun, I believe, just joined Root. Not 100% on that. I think so. Of course, Minigun announced in the SC Reddit Invitational, which will be taking place next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I believe, January 8th and January 9th, where 8 Redditors will go up against 8 pros. And it's going to be interesting to see who is in my group because I need to start practicing against whatever races those are. So stay tuned. Check out starcraft.reddit.com to see updates on that tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a $1,500 prize pool, so it is kind of a big deal. The first big tournament of 2011. 2011, man. I don't even remember 2010. It's hard to keep track of the years when you aren't writing it down on papers like in school and stuff. But yeah, ZVT. I already have 3 messages and I just got on. Sorry, Gangsta Jim. I can't 1v1 you. Can't 1v1 everyone, man. Just imagine if I came on and I said yes to everybody who asked to 1v1. QXC probably going to plant an engineering bay or just go for a normal run around block. It's going to be tough to get an engineering bay, and even if he does place it, yeah, it's not going to have that many hit points because the drone is out here quick. I wouldn't be surprised if Sheth pulls out a couple to kill it, and QXC is going to try to micro around and get the hit points on that up. Sheth not even going to bother with the fast expansion. We are seeing a pull from him and a Rax. Yeah, see, he is bringing out an extra drone. He can pick away at that, and just in 30 shots, he can take it out. If QXC doesn't do any additional constructing of that, he is getting gas, so no 2 racks play. And, you know, when you see this engineering bay, you can almost assume there's not going to be a 2 racks because this is a build. An engineering bay is part of a build, and, you know, it's almost impossible to do an efficient 2 racks if the engineering bay is down. And it's kind of bad to do 2 racks because you know your opponent isn't expanding fast. Well, not doing a fast expansion anyway, and that's what 2 racks does best against, so it'd be kind of waste. And I should say nice cancel. I think QXC might have forgot to cancel, or he did it at the last second. Let's check his money. 224. Yeah, it looks like he did it at the last second, so there must have been just like 1 or 2 hits left. And of course, when drones are attacking it, the damage it's taking is very consistent, so it's pretty easy to be sneaky like that and just cancel it at the last possible second. So that's just what good players are made of, man. And QXC, man, he is a monster on the ladder. He's a monster in tournaments. He recently won a Intel Extreme Masters, I think. Either that or a MLG, I forget. But if you check out his ladder stats, he's got like a 70% win rate. And that is insane, man. Anything over 60 is pretty damn good. And he's got 70. I just cannot understand how this guy is so good. But Sheth, no pushover himself. He's an awesome Zerg. Played him a couple times. He beat me both times. Actually, I think I just played him once and he beat me. Maybe I'll cast that next. I don't know. We'll see. But now you guys know how it ends. So. And Sheth poking up with some Zerglings. But QXC ready with some Marines. Now, if these Zerglings were able to get up here, they might see the factory, might see the command center. Not really sure. But QXC, he knows his game, man. He knows that he can venture out here with a couple Marines. And even if he spots some Zerglings, it might be tricky for those Zerglings to actually get surround on these Marines, especially up on this tower. So it's just such good game sense to know he can just keep these Marines out here and not have to worry about getting them picked off. So I don't know, I just think that's awesome. Look at this. He's searching for overlords. That's what he's doing with these Marines. Kind of surprising, actually. He should be pretty ballsy. Speed is almost up, but there's no way Sheth is going to find these Marines down here unless there is an Overlord. 3rd Marine, 4th Marine, or a Hellion rather. So we are seeing a barracks and a factory command center being started and a starport shortly after. I believe the starport is complete. Now speed is up. Sheth can pick off all 3 of these Marines, and if he's good with his micro, he can even get the Hellion. That Marine over on the left is going to be taken out, I believe. Yes, the Marine does die. Hellion getting a lot of shots, and 1 more to kill these Zerglings. Come on. Oh, kills 2 Zerglings. Probably could have gotten a couple more, maybe overextend itself just a tad. I think Sheth's gas was fairly fast, and so that speed might have caught him off guard a little bit. We are seeing Cloaked Banshees, people. Roaches from Sheth. He is on 2 base now. Cloaked Banshees from QXC. And this was pretty neat. Sheth was worried about his Overlord. He thought it might get picked off by these two Marines up here, so he was trying to bait the Marines by attacking these supply depots. Now, QXC didn't take the bait, and the Overlord did survive, but pretty good tactic nonetheless. Oh, and Sheth, no, you need to bring your Zerglings back. One Overlord at the cost of 3 Marines? I don't know if I agree with that, QXC. Well, he did supply block them, so I suppose that was worth it, but just think if Sheth could have gotten the Overlord away and killed those 3 Marines out, it would have been a pretty big win for the early game. So now it's going to come down to how well Sheth does defend against these Cloaked Banshees. Just now starting a lair. So this is a pretty sick build, man. Really fast expansion. Going to double up on the SCVs. Not training any right now. I think that's just a macro mistake. Not really a mistake. It's just you can't do everything at once, you know. There we go. Now he's lifting it off. We're going to see the mule at the expansion rather than the main. Another Hellion in the middle. Not able to get any kills. Maybe got some kills. I didn't have time to click on it. And Sheth just working on the back door. Looks like we're going to see some Roach Zergling aggression. Very strong on this map, especially against Terran, because it's so tricky for them to wall off both areas. And QXC, another small mistake here. Not seeing any supply depot. This Hellion might catch a glimpse. No. Oh, yes, he does. He sees the Roach running up there. He's probably going to double back and just double check to see if he is breaking down the rocks. So there he goes. But he does have a Banshee out. Is Sheth going to try to push in and do damage, or is he going to run with the Banshee, or run away from the Banshee? He's going to push in, try to do damage. Armory coming from QXC, going to see some Thors, and this Banshee is just shooting away at the Zerglings in here. Meanwhile, in the base, Zerglings picking off a lot of SCVs. If we check out that units tab, 27 SCVs, and all really QXC has to defend this is this Banshee, just a single Banshee, almost 2 Banshees, and there is no mining going on in the main. These Banshees will clean up, but it's a matter of how fast they'll clean up. There goes that Hellion. Just 2 Banshees, man. All he has. Sheth needs to get these Roaches down here, picking off some SCVs. There we go. That's what I like to see. This Roach is kind of baiting that Banshee. And once again, QXC has to pull all his SCVs and bring them into a main. Man, that'd be awesome just to have like 2 Banelings in there. Of course, you can't really have Banelings when you're going this kind of build, but very cool. Nice play from Sheth, breaking down the back doors. And all this happened, man, just from one simple mistake. QXC not building a supply depot over here. Man, look how weak these SCVs are. And now Sheth is in a nice little lead. He was kind of behind when QXC had Cloak, but Sheth had no lair, and so he couldn't get an Overseer. But this tided him over just fine. Sheth did a ton of damage with those Roaches and Banelings. Nice little timing attack through the rocks there. Sheth held it off, but lost a lot of SCVs. And Sheth had time to get some spores up. He's probably got an Overseer or 2, or he's going to train them when the Banshees do approach his base. I wonder if we're going to see any kind of anti-air. No Hydroden, no Mutalisk. Looks like he's relying on spores, and spores are pretty good, but you know, there is, okay, he's got 3 queens. Alright, he's got 4 queens, so that's a decent number of queens. He needs some nice transfusions. We are seeing some more Zerglings. Man, this is just not good for QXC. He has no wall off at his expansion. No wall off in the main. Almost loses the Banshee. Not able to transfuse that queen. That was kind of a bummer. Another queen coming out. But as I was saying, you know, even if he doesn't have an Overseer in the vicinity to look at these Banshees, he can always just run to the Spore and outrange the Banshees that are being detected by the Spore colony. So he's actually in great shape right now. Harvester tab 45 to 27. I wouldn't be surprised if this game ended pretty quickly. A couple more Zerglings in the expansion, a couple more in the main, picking off the weak SCVs. Very nice. A couple Marines finishing off those Zerglings, and tanks finishing off the ones in the main. He needs to uncloak. Or not. There we go. Saving that energy. Check out the units. We've got tanks, Marines, and Banshees against nothing. Sheth has nothing. He's gonna, he's gonna be saving his larvae or larvae. Comments, larvae or larvae. I don't want a dictionary.comment. I am much too lazy. Saving it for some Mutalisks. However, I'd like to see these Zerglings go up here, break down these rocks, maybe put a couple on the towers, just because he's got so much minerals. He's going to be transitioning into Mutas after that early Speedling Roach play. Wonder if he's even going to get Roach Speed. Nope, no Roach Speed. Looks like he's going to fixate on Mutas for now. Of course, Banshees not good against Mutas due to not being able to attack them. And we're not going to see any aggression, any full-on aggression from QXC for a long time, man. He is just so far behind. 33 to 47. I'm actually kind of shocked that Sheth isn't expanding when he has so many minerals. Maybe even getting some extra queens because he has so much gas or so much minerals. And I don't understand the lack of creep spread. I mean, he's got a couple, but he's got so many queens. Look at this. 200 energy, 109 energy. I can speak well, can't I? And he's not spreading creep at all, so even the best players, you guys, cannot do everything at once. This game has kind of taken a strange turn, so you kind of forget about the standard, you know, creep spread. Oh, and we do have an attack in the main. I missed it a little bit. We transferred SCVs from the expansion to the main. The Thor might go down. The SCVs are trying to repair. It looks like the SCVs will bait just enough so the Thor will not go down. Meanwhile, these, oh, almost able to take out the hatchery. Might kill it. Nice micro from QXC, avoiding a couple attacks. And he does pick off the hatchery, so that might get QXC back in the game, although this Ling attack in the main, 36 to 43, actually didn't kill too many units. So QXC fighting back, getting back in this game. I don't know how he managed to pick off that hatchery, man. Those Banshees, I guess they were just didn't have an overlord or an overseer there in time for the mutas to kill it. Now the mutas are in the expansion. Killing SCVs. Kill the mule. Kill the mule. Ugh. It's always kind of risky to go for the mule. The mule has more life, but, you know, for all you know, the mule could just have no time left, and so you're not really killing anything because it's going to die anyway. But, I mean, right there it had just been called down, so I don't know. I guess you should always go for the mule. Double contaminate on the barracks, Tech lab still works. You can actually contaminate the tech lab. That would have been kind of cool. So, yeah, we've actually... I wonder if we're going to see a Baneling nest anytime soon. We're actually progressing into a pretty normal game. Oh, that's so dirty. Picking off two Banshees, not able to cloak in time. Any +1 on the mutas? No +1 on the mutas, and that's actually a lot of mutas, man. He had a lot of money saved up. He's got 800 minerals. He needs to get an expansion. There we go. Just as I said that, he does pick up his third. I would have liked those Zerglings early on when they weren't doing anything to take out the high yield. Could have taken the high yield. It's easily more defensible or defendable? Whatever. And of course it's a high yield, so that's good. The only thing is, while you're killing it, especially on Blistering Sands, like, you're so vulnerable. Even if it's just a couple of lings, you just kind of forfeit map control while you're killing those rocks. Hatchery is back up and running. Needs to get some drones on gas. There we go. QXC pushing out a little bit. And this middle area is great for Terran just because they excel at having range. All their units are ranged except for the SCV. And just having units up here, having tanks like on the sides, blasting all around, up and down cliffs and stuff like that is just so effective. QXC, I love this turret placement. A lot of Terran players, they just focus on putting turret here and here, and it leaves their add-ons extremely vulnerable. QXC placing turrets very nicely, warding off these Mutalisks. And he's going to run right into the doors. No, he's not. Thought he was going to. A couple turrets in his expansion as well. And a tank. Very cool. Oh, he might actually pick off that tank. Picks off the tank, but loses 2 mutas in return. Not the best exchange, if you ask me. And he was forced to cancel this because of the pressure from QXC. And allow me to quote QXC, or roughly quote QXC. As Terran, if you're not attacking, you are losing. And by attacking, he doesn't mean, oh, send all my forces in. He means, okay, push out, see what's going on, threaten my opponent, and then make a decision from there. And we can see here, is he going to decide to actually attack? Yeah, it looks like he has to, because he's on creep. Their units are so fast, and he actually, I think he's outnumbering Sheth by a lot. Sheth rallying a lot of lings. Wow, that's actually a lot of lings. And without a lot of tanks and marines, these lings are actually going to bait a lot of Thor fire. So without those lings, I think he might have lost that battle. But those mutas are all dead, so that's not good. Maybe that's why Sheth did so well, because all the mutas died. Took all the shots from the Thor blast. I think Thors will prioritize mutas over any ground unit in the game. I'm not sure how the priority works there, but the splash damage, maybe that's how they justify that. And Sheth going for a little counterattack here. This looks like the early on in the game when he did so much damage before this. Oh, this Thor does get surrounded. It's going to get taken down. These SCVs won't be able to repair in time. Is this going to be it for QXC? No, he's got a lot of Marines, a lot of SCVs to tank. They are actually repairing each other as well. No stim pack. What the heck? That's actually somewhat shocking. He didn't go heavy on the infantry. He got combat shields first. Maybe he was just focusing on using Marines to tank. rather than, you know, be the stim happy medevac DPSers or something like that. He does have an attack upgrade though, so maybe it was just an accident. I don't know. You'd have to ask him, I suppose. But Sheth is unrelenting, man. Unrelenting. Now picking up his third base. Still a lot of minerals, and he's got 500 gas. It's kind of surprising. Usually when you have a Spire, you do not have that much gas. Maybe the attack kind of slowed down his injects or something like that. Not sure. QXC, meanwhile, no gas whatsoever. So heavy on the Thors. He really needs to take another base, though, man. Check out the harvesters. 32 to 40, so Sheth, somewhere along the road, lost a lot of harvesters. Maybe had to pull him off to help defend against an attack I missed. I don't know. But taking another base as well. And we've got kind of a little standstill, a little lull in the activity here. This Banshee's going to be a hero. God, they are so hot. Like, I don't know why. I just think Banshees are so hot. I would let her backlash my rocket. And these mutas come. Will he cloak in time? I sure hope so. Otherwise, it's fake QXC. There he goes. Right on cue. Good stuff. Good stuff. Where's that Overseer at? And remember, guys, if you know your opponent's going to go heavy on the cloaked Banshees, Overseers do benefit from the movement upgrade, the Overlord movement upgrade, from 2.25 to 2.75, I believe. It might even be more drastic than that, so it's actually worth getting. I love the Overlord speed upgrade. If your macro is fine, if you haven't been harassed all game. Whoa, these drones are actually coming in. What the heck is going on there? I don't know what that was all about. But look at this. This is just such a sweet position for QXC. But yeah, anyway, that speed upgrade is really cool. You should get it. 1.88 to 2.75, I think it is. Queen, back up! No! And QXC forgetting he doesn't have a lot of tanks to cover fire, but he runs back to the Thors, and I think Sheth is extremely outnumbered. These Thors are a huge, huge barricade for all these Marines back here doing so much damage. 4 kills, 2 kills, 4 kills again, 5 kills, 7 kills on that Thor. And this is just such a cost-effective army from QXC at this point. Sheth not doing much from this base, and he will be taking down this expansion. And it's not looking good for Sheth, man. This map is pretty tough. I mean, once you enter a position like this, it can be tough for Zerg, but you know, this back door is really good for Zerg. Sometimes. Most of the time. Another great cloak from QXC. This Banshee is soloing this hatchery. That is so good, man. This guy is so good. Can't believe how good QXC is. This is just perfect. Like, just a wall. 2 Thors. That's all you need. 2 Thors. Stack a bunch of Marines. Instant map control. Or instant, fairly good map control. I suppose this under area still is extremely exposed, as we can see here. Sheth might actually go for another counterattack, but this is a fairly meager force. This counterattack from that won't do a whole lot. Banshee now picking some stuff off, some spine crawlers off, and I have a feeling QXC is going to take this game. I haven't seen this, but a pretty good game actually. Now, under the assumption that QXC is going to win this, I'm going to go for a little bit of analysis so I don't keep you guys waiting at the end of the video. I feel like Sheth should have taken his third a lot sooner, busting on these rocks. He wouldn't have had to cancel this when QXC first showed aggression with his Thors. He could have had this gold base running for a long time, I believe. Banelings, now he's getting Banelings. QXC did show a lot of Thors early, not too many Marines, but still, Banelings just, they clear anything. They clear, like, I just can't express how good they are. Even if there aren't that many Marines, Banelings are always the way to go. I feel like it's way too late to get them right now. It's not going to do much good. So the expansion, the Banelings, that attack was brilliant. I thought that was a great attack. He got him a nice lead. And somehow losing this hatcheries to the 4 Banshees. I don't know if he just didn't have an Overseer, if it was just a silly mistake. But that was pretty critical as well. It's good to have bases, that's for sure. Planetary Fortress, yeah. Once this goes up, there's no chance for Sheth. It's gonna be fun watching these Banelings just like suicide in. Is he gonna wait for speed? He has a lot of gas. I don't understand that. I don't get how he has so much gas. He doesn't have an extra hatchery. I guess he just lost this expansion, and he just wasn't able to get a third or something. I don't know. Too many wings, not enough mutas. I mean, even if mutas are still good against these Thors, just because they eat up so much damage. I mean, at this point, it's pointless to even think about how much they would help because I mean, this game's so lopsided at this point, but at this point, Overseer, 200 energy. Does he have any upgrades? Yeah, he's got nice upgrades compared to QXC. 2 attack on his infantry, no attack on his vehicles. Oh, looks like he's going to go for a counterattack. This might kill a couple buildings, maybe a couple SCVs. Oh no, he's going to turn around into a huge Terran force, cloaking those Banshees. Overseer is there, however. Baneling's showing up late. Looks like he's going to go for the mineral line. Those forces are cleaned up. Oh, in your face, workers. You may have won the game, but I won the SCV killing contest, bitch. And 10 more. Oh, we've got a nuke. BM. And Guy from Sheth. Guy, no, I'm kidding. I know that's GG. Calm down, trolls. And yep, that was a good game. I already kind of went over some analysis. And it just shows you these guys are two of the best players in North America, and there's still a lot of ways they can improve. So if you're working on your game and like you suck ass, don't get discouraged, man. Everyone has problems. Just keep playing, and of course, watch my commentaries if you want to get better. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.